Hello and welcome to the United on Wheels podcast. What is up? It's me, Paul Amadeus Lane. I am so delighted to have you on this episode. We're going to talk to an amazing person who is part of the spinal cord community and what he's doing to make our lives better. I mean, this is really awesome. You are not going to want to miss this episode. Don't forget to go to our website, unitedspinal.org. And there, if you go to our homepage, you can find out more about our Strong Will Together campaign. It tells you what the campaign is all about. It tells you how you can nominate ones in different fields. It's really an awesome way that we can recognize just the amazing impact that members of our spinal cord community and community of ones who have a disability are really doing out there for society. And it's time for us to be definitely recognized. And like our first guest we're going to have today. Check this out. Zuk is an acronym for Zero Limitations and Unity Through Kinesthetics. Why kinesthetics? Because it means movement, moving around, whatever we can, and it's so important. I am so delighted to have with me right now my next guest, the awesome, the amazing, the founder of Zuk Fitness, Dillon Connolly. What's going on, Dillon? How are you?
Doing great. You are way too kind, Paul, but thank you.
Hey, you know what? When it's true, it's easy for me to say it because you are, man. You know, what you're able to do with the community is really awesome. And I kind of mentioned this at the beginning of the intro, just about what you've been able to accomplish and what you're able to do to really help the community out there. But what I wanted to do, Dillon, if we could, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from your injury, and let's go from there.
Well, the beginning really starts before my injury because my background as an athlete is like really who I am. Like my whole life revolved around fitness and so I mean I was really lost after breaking my neck. I struggled for a while. I mean, it took me like almost 5 years before I was ready to go back to school. And I mean, I went back to school because the people at Swim with Mike, specifically Ron Orr, kept reminding me that they have this awesome program called Swim with Mike, and they give scholarships to injured athletes, and something I never thought I'd be a part of, but I'm so glad it exists. They do incredible things.
Yeah, I feel you on that, Dillon. I remember when I first had my injury, it took me a while, to get my mind right and to really see, hey, this is the new normal for now. So let me try to make the best of it and be the best that I could be with it. And when you look at the rehab process and being a former athlete or being an athlete, what were some of the things that you kind of drew from your life pre-injury that helped you post-injury when it came to work ethic, when it came to just rehabilitation and therapy as a whole?
I mean, I just mainly work ethic. Just, if I'm determined to do something, it's going to happen. I'm going to get it done. And, I just had to find a new passion besides, sort of. I found a new passion besides fitness by, entrepreneurship anyways. Starting Zuk Fitness for this community, was my new thing I could put my whole heart and soul into.
Yeah. I'm glad you shared that Dillon, because it really, to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it showed how you kind of overcame that challenges by putting the focus on helping others and helping our community that we are a part of. What were some of the other challenges, Dillon, that you faced pretty early on in your injury, and how did you kind of overcome those challenges?
I would say the main thing is just finding a purpose. I felt like I didn't really have, anything kind of that just gave me, a reason to live and a reason to, uh, I don't know, drive my life. And really like creating Zuk gave me purpose. I mean, it started as a school project, but I'm sure we'll get all into that.
Yeah, and you talked about like some of the support that you received, and what was that like? I know, like for me, Dillon, when I was at Rancho Los Amigos, they would bring like ones who were survivors from the spinal cord injury community for many years. And I don't know if you were like me, I didn't want to see them because I was like naively thinking, I'm not going to be like you. I'm going to beat this thing. I'm going to walk. I'm going to do all these things. But reality seems to come at you really quick because you realize, yeah, not only are you going to be like them, but you're going to use your experience to try to help others who are newer in this community. Did you ever kind of deal with those kind of feelings when you saw ones who are already part of our community?
I had like one mentor when I was in rehab, and we like he was only injured I think for a year before me,
Mm-hmm.
but he was such a valuable, uh, like he made such a big impact for me. Um, his name's Sean Gorel. He's a buddy. He was living in Georgia when I was doing rehab in Georgia, and then he actually lives out here in Santa Barbara now, so I still see him occasionally. But he was also like me. Like he was very active. He was a surfer, and I think that's where I first realized, like, the spinal cord injuries, especially, quads, like we're the only people that know what each other are going through. And it's a really, really special community. And I think that was kind of the theme that kept building, throughout the first couple of years of my injury, that, the more I interacted with other people, live in the same situation as me, the more I wanted to do something that helped spinal cord injuries, and then whoever else I can help as well. But I knew I wanted to help like my community.
No, you're spot on. You're spot on. I definitely only ones that know we go through it is us. I know you and I the other day were using some terms that kind of we only know about with personal care, and it was pretty cool that we both knew what those initials meant. So
Yeah, yeah.
you're right. We are a part of a fraternity. And where did you get that your motivation from? Because you a very positive person, very determined person. Where did that motivation come from, especially after your injury?
That's a tough question to answer, but I'm not really sure actually. I think just I'm driven. If there's something that I want to do, I'm motivated to do it. Like I'm not sure I can actually answer that question, but I think you got to find something that does motivate you and then get behind it.
No, I love it. You answered the question
Yeah.
truthfully. You know what I mean? I love that answer because sometimes I think we're searching for this kind of like guru type, Confucius type words to kind of talk about our motivation. But sometimes it's like if I'm motivated to do it, I'm gonna do something I like. I'm gonna do it, and then in case closed,
Yeah.
and that's real talk. That's real talk, Dillon. So I'm so glad. And again, when was your injury again? I want to make sure that the audience remember. The
Uh,
date of your injury.
yeah, September 13th of 2014.
Okay.
So I'm coming up on 8 years, but not quite yet.
And if you don't mind, Dillon, kind of going over, what happened again.
Yeah, I dove into a wave at the beach, and hit like the week before there was a big swell, like 15-foot swell in Newport, and it which I was out body surfing. That was fun. But the week after, the steeper beaches like really dig out a rut, and so it was like 4 foot deep, and dove into a wave and hit sand because it was like 1 foot deep after that. So
Yeah.
if
Well,
anyone's listening who's not got a spinal cord injury, don't do that. Don't ever go dive anywhere where you can't see the bottom.
yeah, it was a guy I went to therapy in Rancho with, and same thing happened. I think it was either his trip to propose to his fiance or one of those things, but he did the same thing. And yeah, that's the advice.
It's probably 75% of the people, at Shepherd Center where I went, out of the 25 were all like diving accidents. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, all the paras are like motorcycle accidents, and then all the quads are mostly diving.
Yeah, that's true.
Sad.
That is so true. That is so true. And when it initially happened, Dillon, did you know right away that something major happened, or do you thought it was a stinger, or did you lose consciousness? What happened?
No, I stayed conscious. I was just face down in the water and realized like I couldn't move. I thought like, man, I'm like stunned or something. And then, about like a minute later, I was like, oh shoot, I don't know what's going on, but I'm stuck. And I think someone turned me over. I don't know how long, but it was at least a couple minutes. And yeah, it was strangely terrifying and panicky and also peaceful and like weird at the same time. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think about it too much, but yeah, it was a strange, surreal experience.
No, I'm glad you opened up about that, Dillon, because some of ones who are newer to our community may be listening into this, and they can maybe draw some similarities from both of our experiences, and
I'm sure,
and realize that they understand what I'm going through. So yeah, and you're right, about how the spinal cord community, we're a small knit, close group where we can understand each other, what we're going through. And let's talk about now, Dillon, Zuk Fitness, and how did all that come about? When did you decide this was something I wanted to do, to be an entrepreneur, not just a businessman, but as we say in the hood, a businessman?
So yeah, it started just as I was determined to start some kind of business that helped my community, that was going to improve the lives of people with spinal cord injuries, and then whoever else I can. And that was when, I went back to school with a Swim with Mike scholarship. And yeah, so it started as a school project. Basically, I was like, I wanted to do something to help these people and myself. And yeah, a group of people got behind me, and we ended up doing, they call it customer discovery, and talked to over 100 people, not all with spinal cord injuries, but most of them, but 100 people in wheelchairs. And, to find out like, what issues there are, just talk to people without an actual, without saying like, here's the solution, here's what we think. And because we initially thought the hypothesis was a lot of people were having as much pain as I was. And really I found out it's more like C4s and kind of, C4, C5s, like real high injury levels. We're having, the shoulder pain because, we're a little less mobile. And other than that, people who were going to the gym more, were happier and had less pain. And yeah, so the whole thing ended up, leading us to, we got to start this home fitness platform, and that was going to help the most people.
Yeah, we talked about the shoulder pain and everything. Sometimes when I'm messing around with my mouse, doing some video editing or something, I get the fatigue in my shoulders and everything, and sometimes that prevents me from going as far and fast as I can with editing. And so I get that. See, and that's what you said, Dillon. Like, hey, we understand the struggle. When we are part of the community, we know some of the things that we have. So, Dillon, what's the value that you see of even expanding the company now to have an app and not just the website?
Yeah, I think just making it easier for everyone to use, and tailoring it where you can build your own fitness plans. And I think we can get a lot more utilization out of an app. So that, that would be a nice next step.
I know how you feel. This one company that I've did a little like testing with, it was called MaxFit Pro, and they had like a little app, and I was able to, punch in different type of exercises that I wanted to do, and having it built for us from the ground up. What you're doing with Zuk Fitness, Dillon, I think it's really phenomenal. What you have in store, for Zuk Fitness. And when you think of maybe some of the proudest moments of Zuk Fitness, maybe the way it impacted someone's life, or the feedback that you and the team has gotten, or the amazing website that you have when it finally launched. What were some of your proudest moments?
Yeah, you actually named it. Was just from talking with a couple of the customers. Just the impact, hearing that like we finally were the first thing that helped this one person actually start enjoying to work out again was amazing. And others, or like my transfers are stronger after doing this for a month. And I was like, that just, it made me so happy. And the fact that like it's real, like we're actually making a change, for some people, and we just hope to make it, for more, get the word out there. And thank you for having me on here.
I remember you and I, we joked about when we met before we had our interview about how it's made for us, and we kind of talked about how this one slogan of this one company used to have that, but it really is for us, and the fact when you talked about the transfers being stronger. See, all that is usable data that we can use as a disabled community, because that's things that we do each and every day. So I'm so glad that you shared that, the feedback that you've gotten from customers. And when ones that we're talking to right now who are listening and watching us right now, Dillon, what is some more value that you see for ones joining the movement, the Zuk Fitness movement, and becoming a member? Any other value that you can talk about?
I like that. It's a movement. Yeah, I mean, just our bodies are not meant to sit all day. Like, so if you, get a good workout in every day, or, a good stretch in the morning and a workout during the day, like you're just going to feel better. And, just try it. Like, if we, people, whatever movement we do have, like, celebrate it. And yeah, I mean, like there's zero downside. And, if for some reason it's not for you, let us know. And, we can try to improve and accommodate.
I love that. Because Dillon, you've convinced me, brother. I'm a join, man, because that's something that I'm looking for. Because I was almost 400 pounds during COVID, because the world stopped, man. So I was eating DoorDash, Grubhub 2 or 3 times a day, and then I'm finally down to about 320 now. So I want to keep on going, but I want to now get stronger with all my movement and everything. And I see what you guys doing at Zuk Fitness that can help me expand that and even more. So, and I'm looking at you, Dillon. You're not a big marshmallow like me, man. You're in good shape. So so the proof is in the pudding, brother. I'm telling you, you're inspiring me, man. So
you're inspiring me. Dude, that's incredible. Like, good for you, man. You did it. You're doing it.
Thank you. And at the end of our interview, we're gonna let ones know how they can sign up and something special, that you've done for us here at United Spinal Association. We're gonna talk about that. But let's talk about you being an entrepreneur now, and just some of the challenges that you have faced in this climate. Just being an entrepreneur, just when it comes to running a business, and how have you been able to do so? Because some look at us, Dillon, they're like, well, you guys are disabled in the wheelchair. How are you guys running a business? Speak truth to power on that, brother.
I'd say there's 3 things. One, you can pretty much do anything with YouTube. We call it YouTube University, right?
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, if there's something you want to do, like, you Google it, YouTube it, like, learn how to become an expert at whatever it is that you love to do or want to try to do. And the second thing I'd say is, like, it's hard to do anything when you're stuck in your own head. And, so talk to other people, meet other people who are either doing similar things, or, ask for a mentor. Like they say, if you ask for something, like if you ask, what, I'm trying to remember the saying, but it's like, if you ask for like a hand me out or something, you're not going to get anything. But, if you ask for advice, you get twice the help.
Yeah.
I totally butchered that, I'm sure. But,
hey,
but yeah,
we understood what you were saying, brother. We get it. We definitely,
yeah. So, so ask for advice. Like, the thing about the entrepreneur community is, like, people are so overwhelmingly, like, helpful. Like, a lot of these people have very, very little time, and they still go out of their way to help people, because they've been there before. So
that's true.
Reach out. You may get a no or two, but you may get 10 no's. But keep learning from what happens, and keep pushing.
So, Dillon, let's talk about the challenges that you face as an entrepreneur, and how did you address or overcome those different challenges, if you don't mind sharing that with us.
I think I'm not honestly, I'm not really sure how to answer this, because the whole thing's a learning experience. It's the number one challenge, I'd say, is finding something that you want to spend all of your day, every day, working on, that means something to you. And I think that's the biggest challenge, because I'm a idea person. I probably have 200 business ideas written down on a notepad on my phone. Like, so just, find your purpose. Like, what is it that drives you? What can you get behind? And yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest challenge. And then, I think once you have that motivation, like, all your challenges are solved there, and you'll find a way. But there are a lot of resources out there. So, when you get stuck, talk to people.
Yeah, I love that. And Dillon, that's some good advice right there. And any more advice, let's say, that you want to add to that, or does that kind of sum it up for all the ones out there, wheelchair users who are looking to be entrepreneurs? Anything else you want to give? Any more game you want to give?
Yeah. I think that sums it up, but I'll chime in if I think of another one.
Okay, that sounds good. So let's talk about what you've done for us here at United Spinal. You actually have a link for us that you want us to go check out. Talk about that.
Yeah. Go to unitedspinal.org/Zuk. It's ZUK. And so we're doing 3 months free, for any United Spinal members. It's free to sign up with the United Spinal, and give Zuk a try. And then 40% off past that. So for the next 12 months. So awesome. 15 months, right? Nice. At a discount. And then, I don't know, we'll figure out from there.
I love it. And I just want to talk briefly again, just some of one thing that we noticed being entrepreneurs is that we've made some mistakes that we can teach one and reach one. We can help them to overcome the mistakes kind of that we have made. What are some of the pitfalls, or some of the where to begin in the journey of being an entrepreneur that ones can take? Will it be going to like the University of YouTube? Will it come to sitting down and trying to voice to speak certain things and get a game plan? What advice would you give ones on that front of even before they start?
Yeah, so they call it an MVP, a minimum viable product. So, you start with whatever the bare basics are that you can start, just to test, because they say you want to fail quick. The quicker you realize something doesn't work, you can either, pivot or quit wasting your time doing it.
No, I love that. I love that. Oh, and we didn't even talk about your studio. What was it like to find out what to put in your studio, how to build it, making sure that it was Dillon friendly. Talk
Yeah.
about, talk about that process. Of building that studio.
Not nothing too exciting. It's just a lot of YouTube and Google, and just figuring out what to get. And yeah, China's incredible. Like, all the stuff that comes out of there that's like affordable.
Oh
People are making great products for not a lot of money now. And
yeah,
uh, yeah,
I get it because my studio is full of it. My connected lights, everything from my microphone to my switcher and
yeah.
everything. I definitely get that. And Dylan, before I let you go, my friend, is there anything else out there you'd like to either say to the audience about your journey, about Zuk Fitness, just just your partnership with United Spinal, and just some things you like to close with, my friend. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I think a lot of us struggle to find joy in life. With a spinal cord. Some people do an amazing job at it, and I'm still, baffled by that, because I still struggle. Um, but I think you figure out what it is that you want to do, or what would make you happy. And there are a lot of resources out there, like uh, and yeah, United Spinal's been amazing, and they have a ton of resources themselves. um, and just ask around. Like, we're trying to join the Zuk community. We have a private Facebook page. Like, there are just a ton of resources and grants and all kinds of opportunities out there. So we even make sure we don't exclude anyone. If anyone needs a free membership, message us, and we'll make it happen. We have some sponsored memberships, and
Hmm.
even if we ran out of those, I'd still wouldn't exclude anyone. So
Wow, that's really cool. And I kind of lied, Dylan. It's actually one more thing that just popped in my head that I,
go
that
for it.
that I really wanted to chime in on, and just the emotional benefits of exercising, movement, and being able to get stronger to do certain things. No doubt you probably have your own personal experience and also ones from the Zuk family fitness community as well too, and just speak to that if you don't mind, because I think sometimes we don't talk about that enough. We talk about maybe the physical aspect of overcoming challenges, but being able to work out movement, what does that do to our mentals that we're able to do that?
Oh, yeah, that was everything for me, growing up. Like, or pre-injury, was like my whole life revolved around just being an endorphin junkie. Like, just working out was just being physically active was like my happy place. Um, and yeah, I mean, so just moving what you have, like, go. I challenge anyone, go get a good workout in. Especially when you're feeling horrible, or like just not having a good day, like just whatever, down emotionally. Go get a workout in and tell me you don't feel a little bit better. Like, it releases chemicals in your brain, and improves your day, and you get addicted to that. So,
Dylan, why don't we talk about that website, some of the features on that, if you don't mind?
well, we've been working on it like a lot the past month. We finally have we released our new workout library as a beta. And yeah, you can now filter by like paraplegic, quadriplegic, which instructor you want, what type of workout, like whether it's cardio, circuit, free workouts, meditation, hit, strength training, stretching, warm up, uh, what equipment you want to use, and by muscle group. But we're fine tuning, getting all those all correct. And then we're going to add by workout length as well. But yeah, it's live now. You can give it a try.
I love it. In the words of John Hammond from Jurassic Park, the OG one, you spared no expense, my brother. You spared no expense. So, hey, before I let you go, let's give out that promo again for United Spinal. If you don't mind giving that website out again, please.
Yeah. Just go to unitedspinal.org/Zuk. That's ZUK. And you either log in or sign up, and they'll send you the code and the info you need,
Awesome.
and the website or the Zuk website to sign up on and get your
And
2 months free.
okay, and what's the Zuk website too, in case they want to go there and just share?
And yeah, Zuk is just zukfitness.com. ZUKfitness.com.
I love it. I love it. Dillon, take care of yourself, my friend, and looking forward to having this conversation again as you and I work out and get a little more healthy out there, and we can be strong-willed together.
Awesome. Love it, Paul. Thank you.
Once again, a huge shout out to my friend Dillon Connolly from Zuk Fitness. Really enjoyed hearing about his journey and just what he's been able to do post-injury. That's not only benefiting him personally, but us as well. And don't forget to check out that promo code that we have, unitedspinal.org/Zuk, ZUK, and make sure you can definitely access that on our website and come on board, have some fun with us. Before I let you go, don't forget to go to unitedspinal.org. You can find out more about our Strong Will Together campaign. And we can be strong will together, and you can nominate those out there. And do us a favor too. Share this episode with maybe your family members or your friends so that they can see some of the amazing things that are happening that are benefiting us as a community, but also benefit them. Think about it. We can all work out together. And they can do some things while we're working out with Zuk Fitness, and also share all the great things that we're doing over at United Spinal. Yeah, we love that. Thank you guys for your support. Remember, you can always connect with me, PaulAmadeusLane.com or Paul Amadeus Lane on all social media platforms out there. Really appreciate you and thank you so much. But until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, I love you guys in life. Take care, everyone.